Hi, welcome to Data Precision with Shino. We're doing the building AI agents with ADK. This is the fourth part. We'll be building a data analyst agent. So, for those who don't have Google Cloud credits or the active build account, here is the link for the redemption. Remember to log in using your personal Gmail account. So, this is the fourth part of building, and what we're doing is to empower agents to explore uploaded files and connect it to enterprise level database like Google Cloud BigQuery using powerful tools included in the ADK. So this is the shortened shortened URL for this particular code lab. So websites are a foundational understanding of generative AI concepts, basic proficiency in Python programming, and familiarity with concepts from previous code labs. We had done two previous code labs for this, and what we're learning from this is how to build a functional data analyst agent using the ADK framework, methods for enabling an agent to analyze data from uploaded documents, and how to connect our agents to BigQuery database for enterprise level data analysis, and techniques for defining our agent's core logic, including its purpose and instructions. So what you need is a working computer, reliable internet connection, a browser such as Google Chrome, and access to Google Cloud Console, and a curious mind and eagerness to learn. So let's continue. So in today's data-driven world, the ability to quickly and accurately analyze vast amounts of information is more critical than ever. However, the process of extracting meaningful insights often requires deep technical expertise in areas like SQL, creating a bottleneck that can slow down decision making. What if we can bridge this gap and interact with complex data sets as easily as having a conversation, which is what we've been doing from the first of this building AI agent code lab. Now, this is where the AI agents are changing the game by acting as an intelligent interface between you and your data. AI agents can understand natural language questions, translate them into technical queries, and deliver actionable insights in seconds. So in this code lab, we'll step into the future of data analytics by building a practical data analyst agent using the agent development kit. And we'll start by creating a foundational agent and then progressively enhance its capabilities. So first is to create a Google Cloud project. To keep all of work for the code lab, we're creating a new Google Cloud project. So I had previously created a project for this. So let's see if, because I had also selected the free project allocations. We have 12 free project slots for Google Cloud. And for this series, I have created one particular project and tied it to a billing. So let it come up. So this is where our project will be indicated here. So once it comes up, they said action select the project, but this is the credit we're using as build GCP build with enterprise architecture. So I'm using these credits. So we have $5 credit and we have $1,000 credit still available on this. So let's see. This is March 17. So I think this is where I tied the credits to. Okay, 18th of March 2027. 18th of March. I think this is a new credit I just got. new credit I just got. So we'll come back to that later. So I haven't assigned a credit to this project, but I believe I have. So let's check my projects. Let's go to the project selector. So I think this is it, building AI agents with ADK. So this is the project. Okay, so we have tied the project to this. So let's go back to our. So remember, I want to copy our project ID because we need it later. Then configure Cloud Shell. So let's launch Cloud Shell and go to access to authorize it. Okay, so I seem to have two Cloud Shell running. So let's close the older one, open a new one, authorize. So these are Google Cloud Shell standalone with GUI. So next is to set project ID. So I'm going to replace our project ID on this. So we can set our project ID. So we'll go to set project. Let's let's copy this first of all. Let's go to our command. So Control V. We'll go to so we're going to replace our project ID here. So what we're going to do now is copy our project ID from this our project ID. We go back here, paste our project ID here. And run it. So our project ID has been updated. So we'll see that project ID is highlighted in yellow, which is same here. So let's just give it this bit of larger font so we can see this clearly. So next, we're going to enable the required APIs. So to use Google Cloud Service, we must first activate the respective APIs for our project by running the commands in the Cloud Shell terminal. So AI platform and BigQuery. So they have been successfully activated. So next, we're going to create a Python virtual environment. So just like the last video, we use the UV virtual environment, which is faster. You can see it here, it is an incredibly fast Python package and project manager written in Rust. So let's create project directory and then we'll navigate to it. You can see it here already, it's indicated here, the AI agent ADK project directory has been activated. And next, we'll create and activate our virtual environment. Remember, just like I said earlier, we will see the AI agent ADK prefix, which is in blue here, indicating that the virtual environment is active. So let's go ahead with that. So creating a virtual environment active. Next, we're going to install the ADK package. So our ADK package is installing. So that's told us install 110 packages in 5 milliseconds. So that's completed. Next, we're going to now create our starter agent. So the environment ready, it's time to create our agent using the simple ADK command. In the terminal, we'll run the following command: ADK creates data analyst agent. Waiting for it to come up. So it's asking us to choose a model. So previously we chose Gemini to Flash. So pick one, hit enter. And previously we also chose Vertex AI. So let's check the options that we have here. So you can see these are the options here. Choose one and then Vertex AI. Now we'll enter the Google Project ID. Then we'll press enter to confirm the project ID. The region is US Central 1. So let's continue with that. So picking two here, and this is our project ID. This is correct. Hit enter. US Central 1, yes, I'll hit enter. So we're done with that part. Next, we're going to start our development web server. So ADK web, just like our previous code labs, to start our development server. We're going to come up with the message, give us the link. So before we click on the link, let us read other. So you know there are two ways we can either click on the link or we go through the menu at the top, click the web preview button, change port to 8000, enter the port 8000, then click change and preview. So it's two ways. So automatically our link right here is already on the port 8000. Or if we want to use the web preview, we see you can see it's on 8080. You can change port and put the 8000 in and say change and preview. So it's both ways. Previously, I used link, but this time I had to do that for those who didn't see it in my last video. So now we have the ADK, and it says tells us to select the agent. We have the task analyst agent. So I think on the project I still have the personal agent there. So I'm selecting our data analyst agent. Let's go back to our guide. So it says we see the UI and then chat with agent. Go ahead and chat with agent through the interface. Say something like, "Hello, what can you do?" So let's do that now. Let's do a basic chat with our agent. And remember, if okay, this is once the UI has this interesting green, red, and yellow icon. So we're using that. So let's type our first message. "Hello, what can you do?" So our agent responds. It's an AI assistant can help with a variety of tasks, answer questions, generate text, summarize information. Remember, this is tied to our Vertex AI and our fast for Google. That is the remember this point where we chose 1 second. Yeah, Gemini 2.5 Flash, we chose 2.5 Flash and Vertex AI for large language model variant. So that's sort of what you can do. And before we go into further into it, let us go back and follow this. So we have to download this document. So let's just say so there is a Google Health Care Strategy document. Save to our device. 20 bucks. Network is just what it is today, so I'm not switching it. So let it come down. So what we'll do next after downloading the document is to upload the file to our agent's UI and select the file we just downloaded. In the chat interface, we'll ask the agent to summarize the file and hit enter. So we could receive a concise summary of the document's content and we can ask more detailed questions. So we can ask more detailed questions at the deep development, what's the primary disease, Google is currently targeting, how is so all these questions will go to asking these questions and we get answers from our agent. So the download is complete. So let's go back to our UI and so what we'll do next to upload the document. So let's go back up here. Now remember that we have to click on the upload file button in our agent's UI. So this is our upload local file button. This is the document. So I think what we'll do is to ask questions. So the first question we're asking is give me a summary of the file. That's our first question. Let's ask our question. Give me a summary of the file. So I'm believing because the agent will be looking at this file, our questions will follow on this file. While that is going on, we'll see our session. So let's see the summary. So the summary is broken down into nine nine sections. So 9 key points: core strategy, key subsidiaries, targeted disease areas, healthcare data infrastructure, tools for doctors and patients, population health interventions, monetization, challenges. So the next set of questions which we're going to be asking it are more detailed questions. So because it knows we've asked the first question on the first on the document which uploaded, we won't need to upload the document again. We just go ahead and ask the next set of questions. Now it's using the document to ask our questions. So you can see written here based on the document, the primary diseases Google is currently targeting with its AI are eye disease, specific diabetes, heart disease, Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis. Recommend is that these are the main diseases Google is tackling with an end-to-end approach covering monitoring, detection, and lifestyle management. So let's go to the next set of questions. So note I copied the three questions at the same time, but I'm not dropping the three of them at once. So I just cut this. So this is the second question. How is Google planning to improve healthcare data interoperability and break down data silos? So these questions will be answered with reference to the document. So it's answering our questions. So let's go to the next set of questions. What is Google's cloud being? How is Google Cloud being utilized to support healthcare business and researchers? So it's giving us as much detail as it can give from documents. We didn't specifically say if the responses should be short or long, but this works. Okay, so this works. So let's go to the last question. So what new disease areas is Google potentially exploring? The current document, specifically in the Google in Health going forward section, Google is potentially exploring this space. It has listed it out. So now we can ask follow-up questions, which are more like specifics, to be sure that there was nothing done without focusing on our documents. So we can say, let's see if they can give us page numbers and give us references. So what we're seeing next is telling us the pages he found that particular information. Now we're going to the next, direct me to the relevant pages about diseases. So it's going to give us relevant pages about diseases. So here are the relevant pages about diseases. So let's go to the next. Where are the interesting charts that I should take a look at? So you can see It's definitely going to give us reference pages too. You can see the pages that have the charts. So a lot of time we can't go through it. So where we're going to have a challenge is, or in the task now, is to find documents for our own that we want to agent analyze and put it and ask the question. So let's try that. So let me pick a document and give to it. So I think I have a recent document. So let's see. I have a document here. Let's see. A recent document which I can get to give it. I want something. Just a moment. I will get document. Let's just take a short document. Let's just take a short document. Something. Sometimes I want you to summarize this document. So it's a lot of time. We just have to use a short document. So whatever skills meant or whatever it serves as. So I think we're done with that challenge. And the agent is not an expert, but a powerful analyst needs also access to current and external information. Let's give our agent the ability to search the web. So in the Cloud Shell terminal, we're going to stop the web server and open this file in the Cloud Shell editor by executing this command. So first of all, let's stop. So we come here, Control C. So we stopped our web server. Then what we'll do next is start up this agent and see it's executed here. So we're going to modify, add, going to modify our agent to add the Google search tool to it. So that's what we're going to do now. Copy this. Okay, so I think let us we modified it already. So next, to save the file and restart the web server. Automatically it's saved, time saved. So let's start our web server again. We have a problem here. I think go back and see. A B A. Let's go to our web. So the new agent, we're going to re-upload our Google Health strategy. So let's first of all close this. Let's upload our document. Then we're going to ask a question that requires both the document's context and external information. So that's why we have this part that says what are the three other major tech companies that are also investing. So let's copy this. So our agent will now synthesize information from both the document and live Google search to give us a comprehensive answer. And then we'll try asking these other questions. Let's see. Remember, it's having this feature because of the Google search ADK tool that was embedded. You can see it's already making the internet search and giving us a green light. Let's see the results. There's beyond Google, several other major companies are significantly investing in healthcare. So we asked for three others. So it's giving us Apple, IBM, and Microsoft. And it has also given us links to the search underneath here. So the next thing is, let's ask this question for FDA approved technologies in this area. Let's go to the website also now. Let's go to the website for announcements made last year, not in our document. You see it's giving us a green light. So there's two prominent FDA approved AI technologies, uh, AEYE Health, Autonomous AI Portable Diabetic Retinopathy Screening, and the IDXDR IDX LLC company. Approved date is 2018. Here is approved date is 2024, 2 years ago. And it's also giving us the links to it. So let us also have this question asked. You can ask so many questions, you can ask similar questions. Because there's one question I'll ask it, and I would like it to end this first before we ask such questions. So ask similar questions, document on my own, something that makes use of the local documents and results from the internet. So we're good on this. So Google has actively expanded its collaboration within healthcare, focusing on various applications of AI and data, iMark Health, Verily, strategic partnership, Samsung and Salesforce. Yes, I know about Salesforce, but recently I saw an article on top 50 contributors for CSR, and Salesforce was number 21. So this was March 2020. The next section is we're analyzing the healthcare data of BigQuery. So uploading user documents is instant scalable, and you also have data resides in enterprise systems like Google Cloud, BigQuery. So currently, developers building agentic applications often have to build and maintain their own custom tools. This manual process is slow, risky, and creates sufficient overhead. So the agent development kit includes first-party tools for BigQuery interaction. For this particular analysis, we'll use public available medical utilization datasets provided by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. So we'll stop our server and we'll open file in editor by executing the command in the terminal. So let's go and stop our server. We'll stop our server, close this, then run this. It's open already. So what we're putting it into it is now we're including our agents tool and the BigQuery toolset in it. So let's go there. So I just like to do the Control A, Control V, and in. So don't necessarily run it, but I know it's already there. So next, we'll start our web server again, ADK web. So our web server is running. Now let's ask our agent to analyze public Medicare datasets. So because we've connected BigQuery to it, we can do this now. So we want you to look into this dataset. Now this dataset, the CMS Medicare dataset, is on BigQuery. So if you come here to BigQuery, and we search for data to find it. But want to use our agent to work on this now. While it's doing that, so let's give this start. So now our agent is going into BigQuery and is getting it. The same data set was created on this, that's for this, located in the US. You can follow description of the version. Some of them can list tables within. So it's not telling us that it can list the table within it. It has found the data set and you can list it. So here you can see the list of tables on the so so we can see that it's so I can just tell it to list the tables for me. So I can just go far and tell it list the tables in the data set for me. So you can see it has listed the tables in the data set. Remember, just like they said in the instructions, we need to give it a project ID, also give it a query. So let us so here they had the so I'll give it the project ID. So we come back to BigQuery. I pick the project ID. I go back here. I'll now tell it using this project ID. I'll not tell you what I want you to do. So we have a list of tables. I can now tell it using project ID and using the inpatient charges 2015 table. So this is the inpatient charges 2015 table. I tell you draw ID query using the inpatient charges table. So I'll just put it on different lines. So let's see our result. So we've given it 3 steps of direction. It's able to get the table info, it's able to execute the XQL, and is able now to give us our results. It now tells us the top 5 procedures by total number of discharges in the patient charges are here. You can see it. So it's a smart agent. So you can tell it also for total payments for major treatment in California. I can tell it still using the same red ID. So it's seeing the project ID because telling us average total payment for major represent is this. So say which state has the highest average charges per procedure. So let's do it without telling it our project ID. So it has gotten, so it's smart, so it knows what we want, how we want it. So the state with the highest average covered charges for major. So for the same procedure. So because it knows that's what we're asking for. So this concludes this lab. We've already scratched the surface of what we can achieve with data agents powered by enterprise data systems. So we can still ask more questions about CMS Medicare data sets. So we can find another data set in BigQuery and use it to explore it. So these are the other many data sets and we'll analyze it privately. So we can do that on a different. Next is to stop the agent, stop the web process. I would want to remove the agent from my file, but I'll disable the APIs. So let us disable the APIs. What is this? Our agent. So next, we're going to disable our APIs. Okay, so after disabling our APIs, AI agent ADK. Okay, no, I don't want to do the AI agent here because that's what allowed us to have. When we need it again, we come back to it. So we completed the data agent using the ADK framework. These are the other links. Thank you and see you in the next code lab.